So I'd like to call the regular Board of Selectmen meeting of May 28th, 2019 to order. At this time, if you'd stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Kathy Tendrich.
Natalie Sidlow.
Virginia Sanpietro.
Becky Hewitt.
At this time, I'd like a motion to approve the minutes from the May 13th, 2019 meeting. If there's any questions or anything regarding the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 13th, 2019 meeting.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to approve the meeting minutes from May 13th, 2019. E is new business, so item 1 on new business is consider and act on tax refunds from the tax collector totaling $738.70 as follows, and that is for Francis Whitaker and Julie Bruscato for $738.70.
I'll make a motion to act on a tax refund from the tax collector totaling $738.70 to Francis Whitaker and Julie Bruscato.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to act on the tax refund of $738.70 for Francis Whitaker and Julie Bruscato. Item number 2 is to set the date for the town meeting for the 2019-2020 budget. So that meeting will be June 3rd at the Town Hall Auditorium at 7:30 p.m. in the evening.
Did you vote on that?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we set the date for the town meeting for the 19-20 budget for June 3rd at 7 o'clock.
7:30.
7:30, I'm sorry, at the town hall.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to set the date for the town meeting for the 2019-2020 budget at 7:30 p.m. in the Plainfield Town Hall Auditorium. Item number 3 is to set the date for a town meeting for the $551,977 to increase the MBR for 2018-19 budget to avoid the over $1 million penalty.
I'll make a motion, are we setting it the same day? Or we have
Oh, I'm sorry.
Day?
For June 5th
June 5th.
at 7 p.m. at the Town Hall Auditorium.
Oh, okay.
So this is because it was rejected the first time?
No, it wasn't rejected. We approved it here, and it went to the Board of Finance for approval, and now you have to do a town meeting to have it voted on, so that's what that's for.
And on June 5th, it's at 7?
At 7 p.m. at the Town Hall Auditorium.
So I'll make a motion that we set a town meeting on June 5th at 7 p.m. to vote on the $551,977 MBR increase.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to set the date for June 5th in the Town Hall Auditorium at 7 p.m. for the MBR $551,977 for the budget 2018-19 to avoid the over $1 million penalty. Item number 4 is discussion with Mike Minarski. So we have a visitor here tonight, Mike Minarski, regarding the Hill Fest 2019. So Mike, the floor's all yours.
Where should I go?
Would you like to come up here? You're more than welcome.
Yeah, whatever, wherever you want me to
Yes.
go. Appreciate you putting me on the agenda today.
You can sit.
Sure, okay.
Get one.
Got a couch. For the last couple of years, we've run an event in Griswold called Hillfest, which is in the Veterans Memorial Park. We did it in 2018 and 2017, 18, and 19. We'd like to go to a different location for various reasons. And we took a look at Lions Park here and thought it was absolutely perfect. And actually thought it would be even better. Even though Veterans Memorial Park is nice and it's well groomed and all that, there are a few more amenities here, which makes it more attractive, such as the picnic area, which is nice. We'd like to have it's going to be a family event, so the playground is nice, and we want to have small duos and trios, jazz ensembles play in the gazebo and other bands off of the stage. We're planning on, and it will be a free event for folks to come and enjoy. There's going to be food trucks, vendors. We'd love to have the community to get involved with the event. Even if it's to, I want to approach the Plainfield Business Association, and it's like, even the businesses in town offering discounts in their businesses.
And I did
for the
give
day.
you the president's
You
contact
sure did.
information. Okay.
Yeah, you gave me 2 contacts, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. The events that we've run, there's we haven't had any issues as far as public drunkenness or indecency or anything like that. We have had state police that were at the event. We plan to have Plainfield police at this event. I've already spoken to Captain Ariana about that. We already have the floor.
Because you're having liquor, correct?
Yes, yeah, and
Come here.
there she is. Deb, why don't you come on up? This is Deborah. She's with Old Times Restaurant Catering,
Oh, okay. Hi,
And-
it's nice to meet you.
and she is the one that has handled for the last 2 years the beer and wine and sangria sales. So in her organization that's done that. So I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have, about the event or anything. We're gonna have a bunch of bands.
How many bands are gonna have? Like, I know you and I talked, and you said you're gonna kind of do like a battle of the bands, but then you're going to eliminate so many of them before
Right.
the day of the event.
We like to have, on a main stage area, we want to have 6 acts that's going to perform, and 2 to 3 in the gazebo, which basically will be in between the main people on the stage.
What are the hours of the event?
12 to 9 we were aiming for. The reason why we were aiming for 12 to 9 is so the food vendors that are here, they can capitalize on a lunch crowd and then also a dinner crowd as well.
And that's one of the reasons, just to share with you, like when I was on the Plainfield Business Association, that's one of the reasons we changed the hours, is to try and capture so the food vendors would make out better and have 2 meals instead of 1. So I think that's a great idea to do that.
The other thing that we're going to do to actually, and it's for security, and also to help the vendors out. One of the nice things that we liked about this park is that it's fenced in. So we're going to have people at the opening areas, and we're gonna have signs, no coolers, no bags, because we don't want people honestly
Bringing
bringing in
in
their own liquor or something like that. Because now it's an insurance liability, you know, at that point.
Right.
You know, if somebody brings in nips or whatever, we're not, and she's not selling those,
Right.
so it's, you know, becomes that. So one of the things that I need to know from the board is, I know that we're going to be responsible for garbage and recyclables, police protection. We're going to, you know, we want to add porta potties to what you have, so we just need to know what those costs are going to be. Captain Ariaga's already told us, you know, how much, you know, the officers
Now, will
cost.
you do that, I'm sorry, Mike, to interrupt you. Will you do the police from the 12 to 9? Because what time will you start serving alcohol right at 12 o'clock is my question.
We will, when we did Hillfest last year from 11 to 9, we had a trooper come in between 2 and 3, because nobody really was doing anything yet at that point, you know, and yes, it's to control cost. We're doing this strictly on, you know, sponsorships from local businesses. Like to see I'd like to see a Plainfield business, you know, get involved. Right now, we have the Jewett City Savings Bank who's involved, and actually the major sponsor of this year's event is going to be the Burns Agency.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, and the Burns Agency does a lot with us, so does JCSB, and they've been behind this event now for the 3rd year in a row. So, we're very cautious, you know, because we want it to be a fun event. We don't want it to be a silly, stupid, dangerous event. Talk to Deborah; she'll tell you, you know, what she does, and that's why I wanted her to come today. So if you have any questions.
Your sponsorships, do you have sponsorship levels, Mike, that you can share with us?
I
Do you have
do.
like a form with
Well,
it?
the main sponsor's we have one. And then we have second level sponsors, which are $2,500 each.
So what's your first level?
Well, the first level's, we only having one, and it's
Oh, you
already
only
been
have
taken,
one, so
yeah.
that's taken, so
Yeah.
really, so then your second
Second
sponsor
level,
is 2,500?
right.
And what's below that?
All we've ever had.
That's it?
That's it.
So, and again, I'm going back to the years that I was on PBA. I guess my question to
I'm not saying that we can't.
and that's
but
what I
we
was gonna
haven't.
ask
Yeah.
you, so if you had a business that said, I wanna be a $500 sponsor,
Yep.
I'm sure you're not gonna turn them away.
No, I used to.
Not having levels established, if I was to say to somebody, you know, would you be a sponsor at the Hill Fest? And they say, well, what is my sponsorship? What level and what do I get for it? That's always the first question.
Well, I mean, what we
So-
do is they're included in all the social media, and anybody that knows me, I saturate social media all over the place.
Do you do t-shirts?
We're going to be doing t-shirts.
So would they, is
They would be
there,
on the shirt.
they would be on the shirt? Okay. So social media, t-shirt, now,
Print advertising as well.
Okay.
We usually have an agreement, we have had an agreement with the Norwich Bulletin the
okay.
last couple of years as well, you know, where we've kind of bartered.
Now, would they have a vendor booth included in that?
The Norwich Bulletin?
No,
Oh,
the,
absolutely.
sponsorship.
Absolutely.
Because do you have a charge for your vendors? Do you charge them?
We do.
And what is that?
Well, it's a little different, you know, for food as it is for, like merchandise vendors or crafters or something. But that's another big difference that I wanted to bring up too, that is, very, very enticing to come here is, it's $75, you know, to have a table. In Jewett City, they also charge a one-day licensing fee of $25, which one of the things you and I talked about, I believe was very counterproductive. This is not anything that I haven't told
Right,
the
because
borough
that's-
burgesses myself in Jewett City. You know, this is nothing I haven't told them. You know, I've asked them to, you know, waive the fee. And I just think it's just counterproductive.
So the $75 fee, Mike, is that for a craft or is that for a food vendor?
No, well, no, the food vendor's gonna be, what they are, they're gonna be $50, but then they will pay a percentage to the house. So it's-
Really?
We're not, that's another security thing that, and this is one thing that Deb and I have gone around and around now, I mean, has nothing to do with Deb, she's wonderful. But, to control really where the cash receipts are, we're gonna sell tickets, you know, and then settle up at the end of the night with the vendors.
That's what I was going to ask you. So so each vendor, are they gonna have to have, say they're doing hot dogs and hamburgers, are you gonna set a price, a hot dog is $3?
It's gonna be even
or
numbers.
3 tickets,
Yeah.
however you wanna do it,
Yeah.
but all the prices will be set.
Right,
So
$1 is one ticket.
if I go buy a hot dog, I know I have to give them 3 tickets, and
Right.
then at the end of the night, you will. I think that's a great way to do it.
It's, you know, I think it's just, it just makes it safe, you know, or more safe, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, then you have somebody going around and
And that's how
trying to
Mystic
rip people
always
off.
did it.
What's that?
That's how Mystic does it for their,
Oh, a lot of fairs do it that way, you
food
know?
thing, so.
Absolutely.
But I have to ask you, Deb, so you're the caterer from Old Times, and there's food vendors. Do you have your own food truck that you come in with, or do you just handle the alcohol?
We have participated as a food vendor in Hillfest before. I haven't decided if I'm gonna have both this
It's a lot, I'm
It's a lot of work
just
to
thinking,
have
how
two
is
things
that?
going on at the same time.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
And a restaurant.
and a catering division.
Yeah.
There is weddings and all kinds of stuff every
She's
weekend.
all.
Yes, I know.
Wow.
So you may just handle all the alcohol.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten that far to decide if we're gonna also do a food booth again.
So I have to ask you this, when you ID the people coming in for
Mhm.
alcohol, do they have bands? Do you give them wristbands?
We do,
So they,
we have them printed with Old Times on them, so
okay,
they're not with just a plain color, they have our company name on them, so they can't just get one from somewhere else and come in with it in their purse or their pocket.
And what was the date again? I know you probably.
I think I
You
skipped
didn't
right
say
over
the date,
that.
yeah.
No.
Say the
Oh,
date.
good, I didn't miss it.
What day you want? September 14th.
Oh, okay.
And which is a big change because the last 2 years, it's been on Memorial Day weekend. And the first year we had it was 72, 75 degrees, partly sunny, beautiful.
Yeah, just gorgeous.
Last year it was 150 degrees. It was just, yeah, it was awful.
It was my birthday and I spent 11 or 12 hours on site on my birthday in that temperature.
And you know what, the weather has a lot to do with it.
Yes.
Because every year we
Yes.
tell you that with
Yes.
PBA, every single year, so.
Oh, and another thing I want to put up too is that actually the town of Bridgeville is going to let us use their stage.
Oh.
So they're gonna, I talked to Mr. Babbitt and tried to send the public works come out. If that's okay with you guys, you know.
So they'll bring it in, they'll set it up and
Yeah.
everything for
Yeah.
you? Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I asked them if they would do it, because we told him, that, you know, I had a sit down with him, and I told him, I said, look, you know, because he asked me why, you
Mhm.
know, we were taking Belfast out of, you know, and I told him right out, I said, that it has nothing to do with Board of Selectmen. Matter of fact, the Board of Selectmen has been incredible with us. They have, you know, things they need us to do, and
Yeah,
which we've met all their requirements. But as you know, the borough of Jewett City has their own government,
Right, right.
and although they don't own Veterans Memorial Park, town does, they still insist
Oversee
on.
it.
Yeah, so they have not, I guess, relaxed any kind of drinking ordinances or anything like that. So that was one of that and the vendor fee, which made it very attractive.
right?
Plus the field. The field is just, you know, it's just, I don't even know if it's gonna be too big. I mean, we might even you know, just kind of like how the bands come looking this way, so it's a nice park, so.
Sounds
Well,
great.
we welcome.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, we're looking forward to
it.
it.
I think that you'll be successful here.
I hope.
No, I think you
What
will.
do you do if it rains?
Hmm.
Has it? I don't want
Not-
to jinx you or.
No, it's a good question, and we pray.
Okay. Okay.
We have not had
It's
that
gonna
problem
be
yet.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna sound really stupid and probably almost, so what's the word? Superstitious. I have an app on the phone that's called Weather Day, and it will actually predict the weather years in advance,
Wow.
and it hasn't been wrong.
Well, it's
Mm.
like the farmer's almanac.
Kinda, yeah.
Couples use it for their weddings all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So September 14th is, it's gonna be partly cloudy and about 72 degrees, which is.
Okay. All right.
That's
Right.
good.
Yeah.
So ladies, do you have any questions? I had met with Mike earlier, and him and I had talked about a lot of different things, and I had met with, he has a partner, Diana, that, we all met, so.
She only not here because she had to work this evening. so,
Yeah, yeah. I think it sounds like a great event.
I do too.
One thing I do need to know is what your insurance requirements are, so I don't know if you have to check with or meet with the town's insurance agent to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grizzle,
You must have insurance, Deb, for your
Mhm.
local permit, yes.
So,
So
I've
we
I've
just
already
need
got
a
a
copy
permit
of this.
with me.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know how it works, but when you have an off-premise liquor permit, this is what I have to send in every week.
Okay.
So I send this in letting them know my permitting number and the location, the address, and the times that I'm serving. And that lets them keep track of who is providing alcohol service off-site.
Because we would.
So this is nothing for you, but I just wanted you to know that's how it works.
And we would need your
I'll-
certificate
Do
of
you-
insurance
do you
the day
want-
of the event.
And do you want to be added as additional insured in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Most
So
definitely.
what I need to know is how that needs to be worded, and
Okay.
we work with the Southeast Agency right in Jewett City, so she'll just send it directly to whoever.
Oh, okay.
So I need to know how you would want it worded,
It would be to the town of Plainfield.
town of Plainfield.
yeah, just one short time.
No, I take it this is a Saturday.
And we've always worked with Burns Agency out of Dayville. They've always handled
Yeah.
all our insurance for our
Archie Drobiak will
events.
handle this. I don't know if you know Archie, so.
This one is the one that I did for the Boston Farmers Market, I'm doing their Oktoberfest too.
Oh, nice. So Mike, I'm sure you and I will talk numerous times before all of this is
We'll see each
done.
other Thursday, right?
We will see each other Thursday. But ladies, do you have any other questions for Mike?
No, I don't think so.
And I mean,
None
he's
that I
easy to
haven't
get hold
asked.
of, so if
I'll give you my
think of
email address
questions-
too, so if you, do you use email,
I-
ladies?
Yeah.
You, okay, it's just Mike at S as in Sam.
This is
SNSN.
going on out to the world, you
Yeah.
know. Okay.
Oh, you know we do ice cream stuff?
Okay.
We do, we
I
do
just want
like,
you to know that your email address will be out
oh,
there.
that's,
Yeah, okay. So S
it's SNSN, Mike at SNSNonline.com. Oh, yeah, I mean, last week we did the ECC softball championships with Plainfield against Ledger, and we also carried the Grizzle Van Fay game, carried it both. We had people all over the country, you know, listening to the game, so,
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's-
Good. Okay.
So do you have any questions for Deb regarding the
So,
permits?
sounds well thought out and.
We have a training with Paul Rich, who does, it's called Smart Alcohol Training. So all my staff is getting renewed 2 weeks from now, so I'll have their current updated Smart certificate.
Good.
How many people Deb, do you have actually the day of the event helping you serve and checking IDs? And Mike, you had mentioned entrance and exits, because I had shared with you one year, that's what we did, is we
Yeah.
just posted somebody at the entrance and exits.
Yeah.
So how many people
So
will
I
you
plan on
have?
bringing 4. We haven't like confirmed exactly, but that was what I had last year at Hillfest.
And I'll have about 10 to 12 people with me. And we'll have, we'll be here in the morning, first thing, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, because food trucks will start rolling in,
Mhm.
you know, and we'll have everything. Matter of fact, the gentleman, Mike Kraus, he's with the Plainfield Fire Department, he's already got the whole park diagram about it. He
Okay.
showed it to me the other day.
Good.
So, you know, it'll be pretty good.
Well, you know, if
It's gonna
there's
work out. I
anything you
think
need,
it's great. It's gonna work out great.
Nice.
The logistics of the park is perfect.
well,
Very good, yeah.
Thank you.
it should be a good event.
Sounds great. Yeah.
You email me if you have any questions.
Okay, good.
We will, don't worry.
Thank you.
So do you have any other questions or anything for us?
No, we just need to know the costs of the, you know, what we're gonna incur.
Mhm.
Also what you're gonna require for insurance coverage. Town of Griswold, they had us, with a $3 million policy with an umbrella. That's what they had, so whatever it is.
So I'll work on that, and then porta potties in the garbage.
Yeah,
Do you know how many you want, Mike?
well, how many do you have now?
We only have one porta potty out there, and what we do is we bring in the rubbish and the recycle, the bins.
You know, we had 5 last year. but it was
5
way
porta
too many.
potties?
It was way too many. So,
3?
yeah,
Want?
probably bring 3 more, yeah.
And then garbage. I know you said that your event was well attended, so,
We have the young Marines that are usually here,
Great.
and they've been for the first 2 events. And
so do they
constantly-
empty? I was gonna say, do they empty throughout the day?
yes, they
Okay.
That's
great.
good.
And they sell their Slim Jims throughout the day as well to raise money for the young Marines, and make a donation to them.
Do the vendors have to bring their own trash barrels,
Yeah.
Yeah.
each vendor?
Yeah.
Oh, they do run their own?
That's what I was asking.
Everyone brings their own barrel and stuff like that. They'll get rid of their stuff or whatever. If they don't, we're not gonna say, well, you have to leave now, you know, or anything like that.
No, that's great, because,
But that's
We've never done that.
a big help.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Good.
So we'll kind of figure out what PBA is, and maybe we can figure for that. And I know your numbers were much bigger than PBA's,
Yeah.
but I can
Much
see
bigger.
what they did and see how that works.
But you know what I did want to ask is, does the town of Plainfield run a dumping machine?
No. I can get the information because we've had one before.
Okay. No, I know where I could get one, but I
Oh,
don't know if
okay.
you, like, I don't know if the PDA had one or something.
No, we've
Because
always
that's
had to rent it.
One of the things I wanted to do, I want to get a dumping machine and, you know, put up 50 tenders. And, a few other people in there, you know. I mean, people, notables in the area and, do it for charity.
Like Mike Minosky, because he's
They
so.
don't care about me.
Our board of finance.
What kind of lighting do we have up there?
So that's another thing we're gonna have to look at and see what we're gonna do for lighting, because we have the
I think
lights
people
around.
really good at noontime, but.
We So that
You know
would
those
be the
towers?
issue.
I have little clip-on lights in my booth, but I'm just
Do you
wondering.
know those towers we had last year? The generators?
Because there's lights around the track, but not directly on the field.
I think 2 of those big towers, one like, that would be nice.
Okay.
So,
So you'll bring those in?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
And you're doing, you said your food vendors have their own generators and then.
we don't guarantee electricity to anybody,
Good.
you know, because
Okay.
it's not fair, you know,
Yeah.
you just don't know what you can provide and what you
Right.
can't. And
Okay,
you know, as much as we'd like to make sure everyone has electricity or power, it's not feasible.
and some vendors don't use it, they don't need it, so why provide it? Because when PBA, when they used to run electric, it was like $2,300 to
Yeah.
have, some guy come in.
Actually, we have one on, I have two, I haven't closed, we'll end up having one.
Yeah,
Last year, last 2 years, we had, I don't know if you were familiar with Martin McKinney. He has a company called Service Station Incorporated, he builds gas stations. He's out of Franklin, but a lot of times you'll see his trucks, at a gas station, it's just his SSE dash in. But he's provided those in the past.
okay.
But I actually had somebody else come to me this year, asking me if they can do it.
Oh.
So, because they know, we get a bunch of people, so, to barter that out, which is something that we need.
Right,
It's a good value for them if they, can hand out some materials, and gain a customer base on that. It's a music festival, the whole idea really is to bring people.
Yes, yeah.
Bring people to the
yeah,
town. It would be, I was thinking about, if there was some sort of business walk or something that could happen that day where, I think it's sort of, where, people have, certain specials, like, market or something.
that's what I was gonna say, like the restaurants or something.
Breakfast and then next thing you know, they're
Right.
And then we'll participate.
Or even like sidewalk sales, they're all around and everything.
Anything like that.
Yeah. Anything, if they get customer facing, advertising, if you're doing some advertising, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink,
Exactly.
You bring somebody to their door, it's really up to them to sell their product.
You're
So
absolutely
if we'd
right.
like to be able to do that, we'd try.
And the only thing I think, again, I know the PBA is doing their Celebrate Plainfield. So in that August 3rd, and you're doing it in September, so you may not get many Plainfield vendors, but then again, you might, you don't know.
Now, the vendors actually come from all over Connecticut. Yeah.
Somebody may jump on board and want to get involved again, so,
Oh, you'd be surprised, a month later.
yeah. So I'm happy to have you
The
here.
only thing I think we're competing with that day is actually Sterling Day. We Sterling Day is on September 14th.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And the other is
I
Biggie.
didn't know anything about
Biggie's
it.
not really, they're not in competition with us, and we're certainly not in competition with Biggie.
But if that is the same day as Sterling Day, you may get back and forth because
Yeah.
Sterling does fireworks, or they used to.
Yeah.
I believe they still do. So they may go
That's-
back and forth.
Yeah, that's good for everybody.
Mhm.
That's good for everybody. I don't get fearful of being another event next door. or anything. I think that just brings in more people.
Mhm. So anything else?
No,
Okay.
I think we've heard lots.
Yeah, I generally don't shut up.
All right.
Well, thank you both for
Okay.
being here and sharing with us.
Yeah, we're
And
contact
I'll
information.
see you Thursday, but then again, too, if we need more.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Coming out 7, 8. Yeah.
I'll be around. Bye-bye.
Bye. So we don't have to make any motion now, that is nothing, we have to make a motion, that was just discussion. So there's just a couple of things that I would like to update. And one of them is update on the paving for the town roads. So all the paving for the town roads is complete. The only thing they're doing right now, which is not the paving company is all done with their part. The town is doing all the driveway aprons, so they'll be out there completing that, so that will be done. Update on the solar panel project. So with the solar panel, I'm sure many of you have noticed, so the town hall has their solar panels on. The senior center and the rec center has their solar panels completed. The police department has their panels completed. So with the town hall, it's completed and passed inspection. But with the rec, senior center, and the police department, they still need to have their inverters to be completed, so we can't do the inspections until that is complete. So those buildings have not been inspected yet. WPCA, because their solar is going on the ground, so all the underground piping has been completed, all the trenches have been approved and been covered back up. And as of today, they had one panel mounted. So there was going to be a total of 4 ground panels there, and they have one completed as of today. So that's where that lies. Just a couple other things that was not on here for an update under other. I just want people to know that the Economic Development is looking for business nomination of the year. Those nominations will close on June 22nd. So if anybody knows of any business that they would like to nominate for Business of the Year, there's applications available, and the winner will receive their award at the Plainfield Celebrate Day, which is August 3rd. So that, and then the last under other is our Plainfield Visioning is going to be June 6th. It will be here at the Town Hall Auditorium at 6:30 p.m. We had done the Moosup one and had a great turnout, so we're looking to get Plainfield businesses and residents to come out to that. And one of the things that is important for people to know, that by doing these village visioning and getting ideas, that's in line with the town of Plainfield. Our plan of conservation is to be able to reestablish each individual village. So that is in our plan of conservation. So we're trying to really stay in line with what they want for the town. So again, that is June 6th at 6:30 at the Town Hall Auditorium.
The Moosup one was really good.
It was.
Yeah.
And you're still planning on the other 2 villages?
Yes, we're still going to do, so here's the thing with Central Village and Mohegan. Again, for this one, we're working with the Plainfield High School. They're doing all of our, and you can see our pictures here, but what they're doing this time for us, we actually walked around, took pictures. So when we talk about Main Street, like Railroad Ave and Main Street, what we did is we told them, here's our vision for that. So they're gonna try to overlay in their pictures what we have told them we visioned, so that we'll actually be able to see a picture of what it could look like once it's redeveloped. So a big shout out to Plainfield High School students, because they did a fantastic job. So G, if there's no other, if you have no other comments?
No.
Nothing? Okay. So now we're open forum, so is there anyone that would like to comment on anything that, here?
Art Gagny, Central Village. I was wondering if anything could be done about the American flags on telephone poles. In Central
So-
Village, Warwigan, there are none.
So we ran out of flags and we ran out of money. So what we have asked is if maybe they could take some of the Plainfield flags and put them into some.
Redistribute.
And the other thing is they have to be on poles with lights,
Mhm.
because all of our flags are supposed to be lit, so.
Yep, they have the holders down
Right,
through there, yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
My other question, this Hill Fest, is that a private function or is it Plainfield, Town of Plainfield function?
So, as you heard Mr. Minoski speak, they always did that for the last 2 years in Jewett City.
So it's a private function?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Menarche does it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Through sponsorships though, so you really can't
That's,
call it
that's,
private.
well, that's fine.
It's through,
It's not Town of Plainfield.
it's not the Town of Plainfield.
Has it been approved by the Town of Plainfield for him to do this?
No, because we're just getting.
Because he's already advertising the date here.
Well, so you don't need to approve, just like if
Okay.
you wanted to use Lions Memorial Park, you could come to us, and if the park is not being used that day, you can use the park.
Okay.
The thing with them, what is a little bit different is because there's alcohol,
Mhm.
we have rules that we have to go by, and one of them is police. There has to be
Mhm.
police there all the time, and there has to be insurance.
Understood.
So we don't have to come to a meeting and approve that. It
Okay.
would be just like you renting the auditorium or,
Okay, so
so it's
then
not, Town of Plainfield is not putting that on.
then my other question would be, this is a public meeting, why we spend half an hour doing this, going over this with him? That could have been done in your office, I think.
Because he requested he be put on the agenda
Okay.
so that he could discuss it openly with all of us
Okay.
and to let the public know about it.
Mhm.
So that was a request of him.
Okay,
So, and again, I think
Just
if you want
curious.
to get the information out there, what better place to do it?
Mhm.
So. Any other comment for open forum? Yes.
Tom Zinglitz, Board of Finance Chair. Kathy, there's been a lot of complaints recently about the road work that's been getting done on Route 12, past Cemetery, that intersection, Cemetery Road, and then going down, obviously, towards the police station. I know it's not finished yet, and I know that there's still more to do. Do you have any idea on the time frame as far as, like, I know this is just the first step of the patch job, but is that something that's going to be, like, continuing, like, through the summer, or?
Yes, because what I can do is I can kind of relate, and that is state, which Moosup is town. Moosup, they'll be coming back out because the highway department did get in touch with them. They're gonna be coming out in June and redoing Moosup. It's the same thing with Route 12. How it was explained to me is, obviously, they're not going to come out and do part of the road when it's not complete. But the other thing, what I was told, when it comes to the paving, you have to let it settle for so long. So again, I can get a timeline, Tom, or I can ask them for a timeline. But I do know when I asked, that's what they said, when it comes to the paving, you need to let it settle before you put the final pavement over it.
Yeah, no, it's good to know. I mean, a lot of people are concerned about their vehicles, like wear and tear on it because of how bad it is. But what they gotta understand is, like you just said, obviously this is the first step, and there will be, we'll be continuing, and
Yes.
it will get better. But for the time being, it is what it is.
Till it's completed, and
Maybe it'll slow some people down.
right.
this is what I was just gonna suggest, maybe you could suggest them, they put a sign, bumpy road or something, so people know.
I don't know, I think there are warnings that there's road work.
There were some.
When there's road work, but at night,
Mm.
I don't know if there's anything to tell you that it's gonna be bumpy.
Yeah, true, it's true.
Good suggestion, I can suggest that. Any other public comment? No other public comment? So we will look for an adjournment, then, a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
At 7:43.
Oh, at 7:43. And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to adjourn the meeting of May 28, 2019 at 7:43.